Every time before we eat, we give thanks. Every time we do something great, we pray. We ask, we give it back to the Lord, and we say a hope. This is what a crow has got to do. This is what a crow has got to continue to do. And these are the traits we continue to show our children. As a coal miner myself, it's good to see a lot of these coal miners here. My colleagues. Not only there's men out there, dads, grandparents, but we got a woman out here too. Got a couple women out there that are coal miners. And we're going to see more. Sometimes these women are tougher than the men. But you know, that's the thing. As a crow, when we care about something that we're doing, knowing full well that we're taking care of not only just our families, but we're taking care of those 13,000 that are out there, it means something. These guys don't just get up at 3:30 in the morning just to go out there and play in the dirt and eat out of a box at noon. And work all long hours and sleep deprived, missing out on their own personal life and making these sacrifices. They don't just do those things. They do those things because they love their families. And again, I wanted to commend the coal miners. You know, because the ones you see here, those are the ones that chose to be here, and I'm proud and glad that they made it. But that only means that there's somebody else over at the coal mine that's got to keep that thing going. That place don't stop for nothing. 24 hours, 24/7. That coal mine's going. That coal mine's always going. We're striving to bring that revenue to the Crow people. And that's what we continue to do. That's always the mindset. That if that drag line goes down, that's it for the Crows. That if that barn goes down, that's it for the Crows. That piece of equipment that we sit in, if we don't do a good job, well, that's it for us. As a tribal member, we continue to see all our elders speak. Some of them are gone now, a lot of them are gone. A lot of them have spoke about the benefits that we're going to see today. You know, and that's the thing. In the good book, the Bible, it says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And it was the hope of our elders that we're able to continue to build on that faith. So then that way today we're able to have good, joyful events such as this. That our elders that are out here today are able to see, that not just able to talk about it, but are able to see the fruits of the labors that not only our elected officials, the newly elected administration in Westmoreland, but as well as the coal miners. Not only those fruits, but everybody gets to participate in it. I know it was said already, but yesterday it was good. After we had our meetings, my boy kept texting me, "Are we going to Billings?" I say, "Hang on." He called me, "Are we going to go to Billings? Do I need to get off at Hardin, or do I need to get off in Crow at your office?" I say, "Go home." Then he texts me, "Are you going to go to Billings?" A lot of you are like that. And I got home, I said, "Get ready." All right, everybody got their stuff on. Took them to Billings. And as we went here and there, it was good to see the Upsala people with smiles on their faces. It was good to see them with that little extra in that cart. It was good to see that they're able to go out there and have a good steak dinner, have a good time as a family. Today, it's good to see all of you sitting together. It's good to have this as a family. I appreciate this. and I thank you. And again, give your elected officials a good round of applause. Thank you.
Much, CJ. You talked about Westmoreland running all hours of the day and night, all month. Thought he was going to say 8 days a week. Never heard of that one before. We have some special guests here. I'd like to call attention to them at this time. Before we do that, I'd like to call to the microphone representative from our senior senator, Senator Max Bach's office, Jim Corson. I understand you have a letter that's going to read. Rachel, if you would please come on up. Rachel Court from Senator Tester's office. And also from Congressman Dane's office, Randy Bogle, if you would please come on up. Not done the road. Mr. Jim Corson.
Thank you, Corky. Thank you, Corky. President King, Chairman Oldhale, and the administration and the senators, I am pleased to share a message this morning from Senator Bach's. Dear friends, I wish I could be with you in person to congratulate all of you on the signing of this new agreement between the Crow Tribe and Westmoreland Coal Company. Today's celebration is proof that working together can deliver the jobs we need today and for years to come. Montana has been blessed with an abundance of natural resources, from coal and oil to water and wind, which have provided an important source of income to the Crow and to all Montanans. It is clear that coal has and will continue to play a vital role in the economy of not only the Crow Tribe, but all of eastern Montana. That's why I will continue to support the Crow in this partnership, which will provide jobs and economic development to the reservation. And I will continue to fight for the Indian coal production tax credit, which is so important for coal development on the Crow Reservation. I look forward to working with my Crow friends and Westmoreland, and I appreciate the opportunity to help in any way I can. Very best wishes, Max Bacchus. Thank you.
Thank you, and my name is Rachel Court, and I'm here representing Senator John Tester, and he says, thank you for inviting me to share a few words. Congratulations on forming and renewing this partnership that promises to strengthen the Crow Tribe for many years to come. Partnerships like yours can help tribes harness the power of their natural resources to create good-paying reservation jobs and to provide an important source of tribal revenue. When tribal governments are at the helm of natural resource development on tribal lands, it means improved management, protection, and development of Indian land and natural resource assets, while protecting and developing Crow cultural resources by investing in education, healthcare, and other priorities that you choose. With careful planning and responsible stewardship, this lease will form the foundation for future growth across the Crow Nation and other parts of Montana. Good luck and congratulations again. Respectfully, Senator John Tester.
Thank you very much, Rachel Court from Senator Chester's office. Now, Randy Vogel from Congressman Dane's office.
Thank you, Corky. Mr. Chairman, in light of this contract and others like it that have been recently signed by you and the legislature, and the pathway to prosperity that you've set the Crow Nation on, I think the U.S. Congress could take a lesson from you. But I would also caution you that in a short period of time, the U.S. Congress and the federal government may be knocking on your door looking for a loan. Mr. Chairman, members of the Crow Nation, honored guests and legislature, a letter from Steve Daines. Thank you for inviting me to your contract signing ceremony this morning. It is truly an honor to have this opportunity to address you. I have spent the last 2 weeks traveling Montana, visiting with job creators in the natural resource industry, and I'm excited to be a part of your celebration ceremony today. I applaud the partnership the Crow Nation has forged with Westmoreland Resources and local communities. Your hard work and diligence is paying off, and others will be looking at your leadership and successes. Furthermore, I look forward to what this lease will mean for the economic development and job creation on the Crow Reservation and the state of Montana. Again, thank you for your invitation to join in today. If I can ever be of service to you, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. God bless Congressman Steve Daines. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Randy Vogel, representing Congressman Daines' office. Thank you. At this time, I would like to invite our chairman and officers from Westmoreland to please be seated over here at the table. While that is taking place, I'd like to introduce the individuals that are here in attendance. Thank you very much for being here. Branch Chief of BLM, Phil Perrywhite, if you would please stand. Phil Perrywhite. From the city of Sheridan, good friend, Butch Jealous. From the Attorney General's office, Attorney General Tim Fox's office, Keith Edgell. From the city of Arden, Carla Kolstad. Mayor of the city of Arden, Joseph Kibbe, a good friend of ours, Joe Kibbe. Thank you very much for being here. From Two Rivers Authority, Jeffrey McDonald. Head of the Bureau of Indian Affairs here at Crow Agency, Superintendent Deanna Stewart, along with her staff, Ty Tenbear, Lloyd Pickett, Bryce Rogers, Keen Benz, and Glenda, and LaVon Fitzpatrick. Please rise. Thank you very much. Thank you. From the Westmoreland staff, we have Terry Springer and Robin Irwin. From the judicial branch of the Crow tribe, we have our staff with Indian only and staff. We have the Strategic Gaming Alliance, Michael Ramsey. The legislative branch staff seated here at table. If you would, these ladies and Sergeant at Arms have worked very hard. Thank you very much. And these gentlemen were introduced a little bit earlier, but they have them on the list. Again, the legal staff, gentlemen that were instrumental in coming to an agreement on this, what they are about to sign today, Dale Lavador, Bill Watt, and Jay Harris. If you would please stand again. Welcome to Crow Country, Dale. Before the signing ceremony, Chairman O'Coyote has called upon this gentleman many, many times in years past, even before he was an officer of the Great Crow Nation, calling upon his wisdom and his prayers they have come this far. Before they go into the signing ceremony, I'm going to ask you to remove your hats and your caps as Mr. George Reed Jr. says a word of prayer. George Reed.
Thank you. Let me make a correction. It says George Reed Sr. My father's passed away 30 some years ago, but I'm here. But there's a lot of people, famous people named George, especially George Armstrong Custer. I'd like to reiterate what I said last January. I want to reminisce to a time when I was a little boy, 6 years old. I'm old, but I'm not old. I was in a peyote meeting when I was 6 years old, and there were elders praying about these times. Nothing has happened within those 70 years, and I'm hoping it happens now. And I want to reflect on a time 162 years ago. I sound like that old man talking on Little Big Man. To one of my father's brothers, who was a prominent statesman and leader, Blackfoot. On that morning, as day was breaking, he asked for guidance for what he was to transpire that afternoon. So I feel like I'm in my father's place, asking for guidance for what we are about to be indulged in. So bear with me. My Creator speaks in my own language. He doesn't speak English, so bear with me. Oh, hey, you my Chuck says, away on my end. Funny, what's all. You get to do after. But you'll give on me. But I'll get, you should have ate, meet you go. You should get you. I'll say, wish you. You should not cut him. Well, he, walk out here, but he had the one, but he had Murmadu, he hung the head tight. Colgos, go off all about it. Bill, Camilo. But they were shit you, each, but there's our damage. We have a whole day here. Hey, you must walk out here, but it was walk here. We can, hey, why say you? Hey, I'm no, get them new you. Bobby Hobbs, Marash. We have a whole day here, but it is start. Ichigazeki, Shewa. What is it? Mechmage, what got him? Why you cook it? Why is it Kubari Dima, Chisho? But they watch him, you are go to go. Yaga, no way, why I achieved. But I'll go, watch him suit. He watch JJ, or Achdu, but nobody why is east to get out of him. Why is him, but I'll go, watch him. Baan, Arachi, ate you. Nobody why is good, east to show much, could have called. But you watch him. Then Maragos, Spagos, you could. Away home, you, home, Bill, Malish, yet book. Bill, suck, yet book. Bill, shit. Ballard, yet book, Bobritchi, or they're native. Bobby, Mushbook. Each out, each boy, shit. Bob's haben, they might to see it, but they was Chicago. Bob, I didn't come in a Chicago. Let's check you, you all guys home.
Chiramacha, Chivio. Odisha, go to Chiramacha. And now, here is the signing of the documents that will be put in place. The agreement between the Crow Nation and Westmoreland Resources to continue mining Crow coal. You may come and take pictures if you'd like, right up here, while the signing is place, and our senators and our officers from Westmoreland as they assemble around the signing. And singers, Black Whistle, if you would, please stand by. How about a big round of applause? A very eventful, historic day again for the great donation as well as their business partners. Okay, we go to our Black Muslim singers for the victory song at this time. Dalia. Victory song and the signing of the document that makes official this agreement joining Westmoreland and the Great Saurogan Nation. We're going to go into a prayer by an aunt of mine, Ruth Backbone. Before we do that, here's a couple of announcements. The first 6 rows of tables are going to be served, and elders that are in the audience, you will be served. After the prayer for the meal is done, the rest of us will form a line. The lines will go out the 2 small doors, get your plates and come back into your place and seat at the table, or if there's not a table available, you can seat outside in the tents that are provided for you. Then while that is going on, the chairman and Westmoreland officers, along with the rest of the officers, we're going to be going into a press conference, so that is an announcement. With that, call Ruth Backbone for a word of prayer. Chibugavin Kuravak Marehirko, Mashpawatus, Marishmaisa, the idiot. She will give a comment, Isaac Sherik for your star of never scared. Oh, Shak Chogam. Oh gosh, yeah, thank you very much for the prayer. Now, those that are senators and officers, if you would, please stay seated. Come and there's some tables set for you up here, so you may occupy your tables. And the rest of us will get in line, but those of you that are seated at the first 6 rows, you're going to be served.